versus Fnatic.
That hero is kind of
10 seconds remaining.
fallen off, but there was like that streak where we saw Enchantress first ban almost
remaining.
always, and the past couple days or so, we haven't really seen too much Enchantress banning or picking. It's been a while since we've casted an Enchantress game.
Yeah. I'm a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
The hero's still strong. It's not like she's really gonna change that much.
Yeah, I mean, some teams it's more of a preference. Like some teams have a really good Enchantress player, other teams, you know.
Fnatic definitely have a good Enchantress
utilize
player though.
Yeah, that's one of No-Tail's core heroes. Usually you see Wisp Enchantress first 2 bans straight away against Fnatic, though.
VP's just like, screw it. We're not scared.
We're not scared of the Enchantress. We don't want to deal with that Lycan. And I have to say, I can't blame them. Nobody wants to deal with those melee heroes that define the word. No one wants to handle that. So
10 seconds
we'll
remaining.
see how it works for him.
Is Lycan becoming first ban material?
5 seconds
Clearly
remaining.
he is in this game, but like, is he going to be consistently first ban material?
Yeah, I don't know. I
Reserve
think it sort of depends on what strategy you want to go for, because Lycan, I still think he can be easy to shut down if you make an effort to do so. He's just one of those heroes that you have to either gank early, you have to pick up a clockwork to try and deal with Roche. There are tools to deal with him, but he's definitely hard to deal with if you just...
Isn't that the case with
Time
most
now for the
one
dire
positions,
team
though?
to choose.
Yeah, I guess so.
But more so Lycan than
some more
others.
than others. Some are easier to gank in the early stage. Like Lycan, I think, is particularly susceptible to ganks early on, because what does he do before level 6? He's just a tubby dude with mutton chops, you know?
He's a strength hero.
He's a strength hero. He's a little bit tanky, but yeah.
He can use the wolf to scout.
Yeah, you got to keep him down. If he's going to be in the jungle, put some wards down. He's definitely irritating to deal with, but I think he's
10
manageable
seconds
if you
remaining.
come with that mindset of we need to shut down
5
Lycan.
seconds
We
remaining.
cannot let him get Roche. That needs to be in the forefront of your mind. If you're going to let them draft Lycan,
Reserve
you have to
time.
find a way to contest him from getting free Roche just willy-nilly.
The reason I like Lycan is because the other team's always scared of him free farming, they're scared of him split pushing, and they're scared of him roaching. It's really difficult to keep him from doing all 3 of those, and usually he just gets away with all 3.
Yeah, that's pretty true. He's just very momentum based. I don't know. Do you think he's first ban
I don't think it's
material?
first ban material.
No.
I think you can outgreed it fairly easily with like
He's not the fastest farmer,
he's not the fastest farmer, but
and he usually doesn't get Midas, so you can outgreed him with a Midas or a Battle Fury.
and apparently you
Patience while
can't
the Radiance team
tri-lane
chooses.
effectively versus them. Well,
That's if they have an Ancient Apparition and a Lycan.
that's true, but the Howl is
Still good.
It's like it's not as good as Lunar Blessing over like a 45-second period, but over like a 15-second period, I think it
Dire
definitely
team
wins out.
pick.
But they're just different heroes, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Lycan's no doubt strong, but I still think Clockwork is one of the best tools to deal with him. Just as soon as he's off the map, yeah, you have to waste some mana on rocket flares, but that's just free scouting. I mean, we even saw yesterday against the Lycan, there was a Venomancer pickup, walking across the pit, not putting Plague Wards inside the pit. You just have to be more adamant about scouting it out and, you know, making sure you know what Lycan's up to. But looking at this draft specifically,
10
Vitus.Pro will
seconds
go
remaining.
ahead and 3rd pick Luna to go with their Nyx Assassin and Naga Siren.
5
And
seconds
Fnatic will
remaining.
grab the Vengeful Spirit as their 2nd support, no Enchantress, and then they'll go ahead and 4th pick a
Reserve
Doom.
time.
It's a pretty aggressive opener from Fnatic.
Fair bit of lockdown as well, all the utility from Disruptor, Magic Missile, Doom, and the Lasso. They should be able to gank pretty effectively.
They have so many ways to deal with the Naga Siren. They could just drop a Static Storm on her. If they lasso her, she's dead. If they doom her, she's dead. But Naga Siren is going to be really instrumental for VP winning these team fights because they don't really have that great team fight.
Yeah.
Maybe once Luna gets a BKB, but even then, there's still 3 of their ultimates that go through it. So, I don't know. I'm a little bit scared for VP's lineup. I don't think they have the adequate team fight necessary to handle Fnatic in case they start barreling down mid or just taking down all the T1 towers. It takes quite a while to ramp up.
Interesting.
Radiant team
Vitus.Pro
ban.
will go with a Witch Doctor, so I was sort of thinking that Dazzle might have been a good support to try and go with Naga. We've talked about the synergy that Weave has with the Song of the Siren, but Witch Doctor, a hero that actually pairs pretty nicely with that Naga setup. You can set up that ward and
10
it can do
seconds
quite a
remaining.
bit of damage. The Death Ward from Witch Doctor. So they've got a pretty
A
good
voice
bit
in
of
my ear
AoE.
is
Very
telling me
curious what
only
they'll
5
do with
seconds
this
to go.
final pick. That would be
Either that
telling
or
whether
I'm
it's going to be a
mad.
farming Naga or indeed a support Naga.
Reserve time.
I think it has to be a support Naga in this situation. There's too much farm necessary for their team. Like by the time Batrider gets blinked, they're not going to be ready to fight, and I think they're just going to fall too far behind post that point. And they also don't have
Dire
that
team
great
ban.
heroes to shut down Batrider in a tri-lane. Like Nyx Assassin or Naga Siren and Witch Doctor, it's like okay, but it's not strong enough. So I think that if they do go for a greedy pick, like a Void or something like that, they will
Patience
get
while the Radiant's
manhandled.
team
Void.
chooses.
If they,
God, that would be really greedy.
why did I say Void?
Yeah, like what?
Not if they have a Naga Siren in mid, I think it's way too farmy. Like
Yeah.
they need a Puck or something like that. Puck would probably get crushed too, though.
Yeah,
to
well,
be fair,
Fnatic are on point with their bans. They'll ban out Puck as well as Storm Spirit.
Dragon Knight.
Two heroes that would have been okay. Dragon Knight for Fnatic or Virtus?
VP.
Vitus,
Fnatic can pick anything.
Virtus.Pro.
10
pick
seconds
Void.
remaining.
I like Void.
What's okay?
He's alright.
5 seconds remaining.
He's alright if he doesn't get aggro tried.
Yeah. He reminds me of Lycan a little. Well,
10
no,
seconds
they're very
remaining.
different, but in the way that you can shut down Void. Like, he's shut downable if you make it.
Way easier to
5
shut
seconds
down.
remaining.
Well, he farms so slowly
Yeah.
too. Like if you shut him down the
Time
first 10
now
minutes,
for the
he's not
dive
gonna come
team
back
to
very
shoot.
fast. He needs like another 10 minutes. Like Lycan, if you give him a few minutes of space, he'll run away with it.
Yeah, that's
Fnatic going with the LDZ. This is LD's cool. I like him. He's fallen off a lot since 6.78, but I don't really think for good reason. He's very good situationally. In this particular scenario, I don't know if Cask lasts full duration on the thing.
Bear.
On the bear. I
Spirit
don't
bear.
know if it's considered a creeper hero for some purposes. I think
10
it's
seconds
like 5
remaining.
seconds though, because Frostbite used to last like 10 seconds on the bear.
Yeah,
5
that's
seconds remaining.
Absurd.
Yeah, and it doesn't anymore. So it's probably a
It's
hero
probably
in
a
terms
hero.
of stuns.
It should be a hero.
Yeah,
Reserve
there's
time.
no way Frostbite should last 10 seconds. That's just
10
ridiculous.
Well,
seconds
even
remaining.
Cask, 5
Yeah.
seconds is. I mean, if you go Radiance, it doesn't matter that much, but
5
it's
seconds remaining.
still really annoying.
Still, I mean, it's not like Lone Druid is really that imba right now, and I think if the bear was that, it really hard
Wind
for him to
Ranger. Wind Ranger. I think it looks like yeah. I don't know if I like Wind Ranger.
Yeah. Think about these lanes. So is it gonna be Nyx mid? No.
No, it's
It'll be-
G mid.
You mean,
It's
oh,
Wind
yeah,
Ranger
Wind
mid.
Ranger mid. Okay. Interesting.
AA off or safe lane with an aggressive try.
Right. I don't know. Wind Ranger mid. That's not something we see too often.
She's okay, but I think she does well versus like the traditional supports. She's like okay versus Lone Druid in lane. I just think she's gonna fall off a lot later because Fnatic can just have so many ways of initiation. You have to hit like the perfect shackle shot in order to counter initiate
10
this
seconds
massive
remaining.
Yeah.
potential from Fnatic.
On paper, she works pretty well against Lone Druid because there's 2 units there, and it sort of makes sense. That you
That's
should
the
be able
only
to line
hero
up
she's good
shackles,
against.
But yeah, I mean that's still
time then.
pretty difficult.
Prepare
A good
yourself.
Lone Druid player like Hani will
I haven't actually seen him play Lone Druid that much.
try and position the bear appropriately. Well, I meant just like a good player in general, someone that can handle.
Good Lone Druid player is a lot different than good player though.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean,
I
Hani,
want to see how many times he's
I
played.
feel
it.
like it kind of fits Hani's playstyle a little bit. He's pretty good at micro. I think he can handle.
I think he can handle it.
But yeah, obviously this is a visual bug here, guys. NS is not disconnected. That was from trying to load in as he was having some connection issues. So don't get too upset here. NS is indeed alive and well. But no, I'm still a little bit nervous for this this Wind Ranger here. We'll introduce some lanes and rosters while you look that up, my friend. We've got
Played it twice.
Played it twice. That's it.
Twice. Yeah.
Wow. And
This is not a Honey hero. It's,
Steady
he-
now.
he's,
30 seconds until we are
I
tested
think
by
the
combat.
farmer that he plays mid the most is like Shadow Fiend. Other than that, it's more playmakers. And Lone Druid is not really a playmaker. He's a farmer. And Shadow Fiend's even a playmaker. Anyways, go for it.
so we've got Fly playing on the Vengeful Spirit down here in the bottom lane. It will be Era on the position 1 Doom, and he will be joined by No Tail playing on the Disruptor. In the mid, it will be Hani GG as it may be, playing on the Lone Druid. He's got that Spirit Bear out already, and Trixie will be on the Bat Rider,
they come.
going in the off
Let's
lane
go.
for Fnatic. Looks like there could be a little skirmish about this bottom rune, but it does spawn top, and Nyx Assassin will be able to grab that DD.
Strategic
So both
maneuvers
the games
have
they played
begun.
him in were
Only
it
time
was a
will tell.
16-minute game
Very
and a 21-minute game respectively. One of them was against Team Menace. So I don't think it's been put up to the challenge against a team that's a very relatively close skill to him.
Yeah, interesting. On the dire side, we've got Team Vitus.Pro. God will be...
Oh, Connie already with the rookie mistake. Out shield on his hero instead of his bear. Ruh-roh.
Oh, man.
I've done that before though, to be fair. But at the same time, like it takes a while to notice. You're like, man, why is my bear taking so much damage? And then you just like, eh.
Oh, right. Thought I was buying those items on my bear. God will put a ward down to that entrance into the Radiant jungle. Does take a little bit of harassment, but will slither his way back to the lane. On the side of Vertical, NS will be on the Naga Siren, JOTM on the Witch Doctor down here in the bottom lane, and Illidan will be on the position 1 Luna No Tail, and NS will go blow for blow here in the jungle. NS putting down yet another ward. We see it pinged out by No Tail. And
I don't know why he would do that with vision on him.
yeah.
Thunderstorm gives you vision, and maybe if Thunderstorm were on him, then he could.
Wow.
But
This sentry is just barely short. That's a little bit bittersweet for Fnatic.
they know though, at least. And I don't know. I also don't know why they didn't block the spawn. They could have just placed a ward right here, like where my little diagonal line is, and they could block the spawn as well as grant almost similar vision. So looks like Doom will get a furball creep. Not the best creep for that lane.
We need NS no money. It splits. Oh, because he's abandoned. Technically, he doesn't get gold. As soon as he gets it, it goes to the other heroes. It's unfortunate. Oh God. Like when someone abandons from a game, you can sell their items and their gold gets split amongst your teammates to give you a little buff. So he gets no money. Oh man.
This is a hardcore support Naga.
Yeah, the definition of support Naga.
They do need. They should remake though, because if he can't get any gold, that's just silly.
Well,
It's not his fault.
It's silly. It's not his fault, and it's silly, and it's almost. It definitely hurts more than it helps, I think. But it is sort of like that sacrificial lamb strategy. It sort of reminds me of like trying to farm up like a rapier and then drop it on the ground and give it to your carry or something like that. All of his money goes to his team, so I mean that really helps Luna. It helps the mid lane where you get a higher static gold gain. So it's just not fair across the board. It's
not fair.
It's kind of shitty and good at the same time, and remake is a necessity here. But oh man, you can't. Only remake will save you. So yeah, that's unfortunate. So we'll have a moment here. See what we want to do. It looks like they will just go ahead and remake it real fast. So off to a slow start here, Merlini.
Yeah, I think it benefits. I don't know. I think it benefits. Things.
Yeah, that's true. Empire, they're looking extra hot. Their power rankings #1, I think, right now. Pretty
Well deserved.
gonna go out on a limb there.
I think that should be undisputed. Like #1. It's not like but they're probably #3. No, they should be #1, and they are #1.
Have they Alliance recently? Is that the only team that they haven't like dethroned? Like they beat Na'Vi the other day.
Sure.
They've been on a hot streak, but I don't know that we've seen them square up against Alliance. That's like the one remaining.
Yeah, I don't know.
struggle.
Alliance is I wouldn't say they're like on top right now. It's not like not like TI3 and post TI3. So I think even if they don't play them, it's not that big of a question still.
Well, it's like you mentioned yesterday. Empire beat Na'Vi. Na'Vi beat Alliance. So it stands to reason that Empire should be in a good position to beat Alliance if they squared off. So.
And Alliance lost to Cloud9 yesterday, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that was the.
And Empire beat Cloud9.
Yeah, there you go. So all arrows pointing towards Empire looking good. So we are loading into this game here, and slowly but surely, looks like NS was able to connect.
Wind Ranger at your service.
That is very good.
And he has not abandoned.
Yeah.
Filthy abandoners.
Filthy abandons. Oh boy. So, all right, we are right back.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Prepare for battle, Merlini. Let's see. Did Hani make the same mistake? He did not. Stout Shield is on the bear. Well, look what now. Look at that. Small stroke of luck.
He has a different build too.
What did he go last time?
He went 2 sets of tangos as well as a flask. This time he got pulled on tango. He also has an outboard given to him. So a lot different from last game.
Yeah. Fnatic will switch.
Actually, I don't know if he had the sword last time. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't.
The ward I'm not sure about with the regen is definitely a little bit different. The other RNG piece that you mentioned, Era, he may find a better creep to devour. Maybe he'll find.
See, they're already up here to stop the ward too. So
yeah, they know exactly what VP want to do.
This is why I don't really like remix. But when you have to do it, you have to do it.
Yeah, this was one again.
You can't tell the team like, oh, you
Totally
can't
warranted.
change your build.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't stand over here to prevent them from warding.
There's no real fair way to do it. You kind of just have to say, well, chuck it up to let's just try it again.
Technically, you could load.
Yeah,
but
oh, no tail. He denies that double damage rune. That's
bets,
yeah, that was very quick.
That's something that I don't see enough supports do, is deny wards from this high ground. Even scouting, or sorry, deny runes from the high ground. Even scouting the runes from high ground, I don't see it enough.
Yeah, there is already a Radiant Observer ward down. They put down a sentry here as well. Perhaps anticipating that Vitus.Pro may try and switch things up a little bit with their ward placement. There will be another one on this high ground entrance into the Radiant jungle. And now NS.
It still doesn't block the spawn. He is a Satyr. Satyr's much better for lane than the Smasher, Hellbear Smasher.
Another pause. Okay.
All right,
quick one.
carry on.
Yeah, Hellbear Smasher really isn't ideal for Doom just because he doesn't have the mana pool to sustain it. At least with this one, he gets a little bit of extra health regen. The Shockwave.
The aura's, yeah.
The Shockwave is bleh, sort of the same problem. He doesn't have the mana to sustain it.
I would actually say Satyr's probably the best creep for the early
You think
game.
it's better than the Ice Ogre?
I think, yeah, I think the especially against a ranged hero in the lane, like if it were like a lifesteal or something, I think Frost Armor would probably be better. But the HP regen is really, really good. You get what 4 HP a second, spread over 3 people, and over a minute, it's like what a tango and a half, 2 tangos.
It does apply to creeps though, even though that is a minor thing. It does push the lane out a little bit more than you would like, perhaps. That is one drawback to it.
Yeah.
All in all, still a very good creep. So things looking good for Fnatic. That remake did absolutely help them by small things.
Not on my
And all right, so let's, we might not need to reintroduce our rosters here, but it will be a tri-lane on tri-lane in the bottom. This is probably where most of that action will heat up. In the mid, it is the Wind Ranger versus the Lone Druid, as we were talking about. And up top, it is Trixie on the Bat Rider facing off against the solo safe lane Nyx Assassin, played by Arzard.
CG coming out a little bit in terms of CS in the mid lane. In the safe lane, we have Bat Rider versus Nyx. Nyx not faring too well. 3-0 on him, 8 last hits on Trixie. So Trixie is kind of pooping all over Nyx Assassin. But Nyx Assassin does have 10 magic stick charges, 1 level Carapace early. Wow, I'm surprised he went Carapace. Usually you go Mana Burn in this situation.
Yeah, hoping to get some of those free stuns on Firefly, most likely.
I think it's more defensive though. Like Trixie should have kill potential on AA, but it should be the other way around. So I think he needs to prevent that with just spamming Mana Burn. NS.
Oh, they'll take a magic missile down bottom. They won't have enough follow-up damage. That is part of the problem with this tri-lane from Fnatic. It is rather defensive. They have some kill potential, but not particularly high in burst damage.
Yeah, it's more like passive and not die rather than get kills.
Vitus.Pro, they have a little bit more room for aggression here, but another magic missile comes out, wave of terror as well. There's the Lucent Beam on the fly, and a lot of damage being exchanged on both sides. No-Tail may be the first to fall. He is. Naga Siren gets the first blood, but Witch Doctor goes down shortly after. They'll continue to pursue. Naga in big trouble. The Scorched Earth enough to secure the kill, and now Illidan, he's not out of the clear quite yet either. He'll take a magic missile, they'll dive it, and Fly will grab a double kill on that Vengeful Spirit. Now JOTM porting back in, but he won't be able to grab a counter kill. That's a 3-for-1 exchange going the way of Fnatic.
They had so many creeps in their favor. Typically, VP would win an engage like that when they skip past the creeps and tank casks, but just not high level enough. Also, Witch Doctor also went with a 1-1 build, 1-1-0, so the early value point in blue restoration. And
Trixie killed the Nyx Assassin, just as you were saying, my friend.
The Carapace isn't enough to prevent a kill. You have to mana burn him, make sure he isn't able to constantly spam napalm on you. You might have 10 magic charges, but you're probably still going to die.
Yeah, he does have a bottle as well, so adding quite a bit of sustain up there in the top lane for the Bat Rider.
That's really bad for VP because they need. Nyx is pretty much their big playmaker in the mid game, along with the Wind Ranger. And if one of those fall a little bit short, then they're not going to be able to compete with aggression from Fnatic. Yeah. And that also speeds up the Bat Rider. So the point in the game where Fnatic play very aggressively on VP is coming earlier and earlier.
Yeah. What's interesting about those kills we just saw for Fnatic down in the bottom lane is that No-Tail didn't get any of the experience. He's still level 1. Era and Fly are both now level 4. So there's this odd disparity across these tri-lanes where Vitus.Pro have been sharing the experience a little bit more. And they've been kind of prioritizing Era a little bit. Fly dove the tower, so he got that experience from those kills. But very interesting. I think Doom will be the first to hit level 6 down here, and that will definitely be difficult for Vitus.Pro.
Yep, and I would much prefer Disruptor to be level 4 than the Venge, but you can't really change that right now.
Yeah, and No-Tail will go ahead and ding level 2. He does have a bottle sitting in his inventory, so there is some Disruptor regeneration sustainability. They sure are. That cast comes out first, but Illidan, he'll get stuck inside the kinetic field. Fly taking heavy damage as well, but Luna's already gone down. Fly should be able to make it back safety. JOTM trying to heal. And is it going to be enough? It doesn't look like it. A magic missile comes out on NS. Down goes the Witch Doctor. An utter disaster for Vitus.Pro. Fnatic making a 3-for-0 this time.
This is ugly. I think one part of this lane that's like owning for Fnatic is the Orb of Venom. Orb of Venom just allows them to chase so far, especially on a really big, beefy hero like Doom. He has a Satyr creep. On top of that, he has a Ring of Basilius. So they don't really have to spend any money on regen.
He does get lassoed up in the top lane. There's that Carapace Impale off the mark. Trixie will continue to pursue that Firefly on, sipping up the bottle.
Dead.
Yeah, Arzard is in big trouble here. There's nowhere for him to go. Easy kills for Trixie. Fnatic dominating both top and bottom. Mid, we haven't really checked in on her too much, but it's a pretty even farm fest. 24-4 on the Wind Ranger, 23-8 on the Lone Druid. Fnatic ahead by leaps and bounds.
Dire's top tower.
Oh, look at it go in the bottom lane. Era will get caught by a cast, a net, a Lucent Beam. He's in a bit of trouble, but he will survive for now. Compliments of those stick charges. The Scorched Earth enough to allow him back to safety. Ooh, actually, it's creep block there, but we'll be able to eat one of the trees and make it back to the tower. So Vitus.Pro, I mean, they just unleashed everything in their arsenal on the Doom, and they still couldn't bring him down. Uh-oh, glimpse back. Illidan now in trouble. Cast flies, but it won't be enough. Magic Missile, Era taking a lot of damage here. JOTM trying to finish him off, but Doom is just so tanky in this early stage. The supports will chase down the Witch Doctor, and they may still yet secure a kill. God rotating down. Shackle does latch onto No-Tail, and they'll grab a counter kill on the Disruptor. Double damage rune on God as well. Like he's hungry for more. He'll rotate around the backside of the tower. Power
he can't
shot
dive
scout.
too far. They have Doom, but at the same time, this creep boy is about to push into the tower. I think they need at least one more in there. Probably the Bat Rider.
They want to go for it. They want to make use of this double damage. He will scout it out once again. A little bit of chip damage on the tower. Port in from Trixie on the Bat Rider. He's got a lasso available. No blink up quite yet, but well on his way. Just about halfway there at only the 7-minute mark.
Good rotation from G there. They need his help in this bottom lane. This defensive tri-lane has been a disaster, and at the same time they can't really rotate top because they want Nyx to get his levels. He's level 6 right now, still no arcane boots.
It's been slow going for Nyx, but at least he's 6 now, has Vendetta. Meanwhile, in the bottom, God will be in big trouble. He's hung around a bit too long. He takes the Doom ultimate to the face, glimpse back, Fly ready with a wave of terror. Doesn't have enough mana for the magic missile, but it's okay. They don't need it. They grab another kill, and oh, by the way, that whole time, Hani was just farming away in the mid. Luna did rotate, but she's only level 5 against the level 7, soon to be 8 Lone Druid. Vitus.Pro are just in big trouble here. Already a 3,000 gold and experience lead for Fnatic.
Yep. I did not like their draft to begin with unless they executed very well, and they just have not been. Their trial lane has been disaster. Absolute disaster. Safe lane, also disaster. Only one who's doing well is G, but he just got doomed and glimpsed. So everyone is suffering on VP. There's no one here that I'm like, oh man, they're definitely going to carry in this mid game. So they have to pull themselves together, get their teamwork up, get some level 6s going on, and get some kills on the map.
Yep, there is a haste rune down bottom. Flying No Tail, we're smoked up in the mid. It gets revealed by NS on the Naga as he rotates over. Meanwhile, up top, it looks like Trixie will have some fire coming his way. Luna opens with a Lucent Beam, but they won't even pursue. Trixie is an elusive bandit right now, 1.3k gold sitting in savings after the Tranquil. He'll slowly but surely working his way towards that Blink Dagger.
Yep. Era has his Midas up too, so the net worth in between the one positions is pretty big difference. 4,300 on Doom, and
Era will be in some trouble. He takes a net. There's the curse as well. They should have enough damage to finish him off, and they do, but it takes a 4-man rotation. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Luna is in some trouble. Will get off the Eclipse, but there's plenty of creeps nearby. Trixie lassos him into the Firefly. Easy kill coming out on Luna. So it is going to be a position 1 for position 1 exchange. The difference, though, Vitus.Pro used way more resources and more space created for Hani to keep farming.
But at the same time, they can translate that into a push, or a Disruptor has to go home. So we may see the first T1 tower go down. They do have Glyphs in his Glyph. It is already popped. And yeah, what build is Hani going for? It looks like the early phase on the Spirit Bear, and he's harassing the mid tower. But even with Wind Ranger being gone for so long, the tower is not really in danger of dying.
Yep. That's a good pusher, but that doesn't come till a little bit later on. They won't be able to secure the tier 1 tower kill down bottom. Wave of Terror is scattered out. Glimpse back into the kinetic field. God is in big trouble. Era pressing forward, does have an ultimate available. NS on the Naga taking a lot of damage. Only level 5, won't have that Song of the Siren reset, and he will fall. Now Vitus.Pro on the defensive. I think they'll be able to make it back to the tower. God taking an odd path into the trees. Again, needs to be very careful of this Doom ultimate. Arzart joining the party as well, does have Vendetta on, but no mana for a follow-up stun.
You know the
Trickle Flies doesn't latch, they will start on Fly. Kinetic Field buys them some time, Era throws the ultimate, and that will repel the Wind Ranger. No Tail, he whip ball to the Luna, but now Trixie joining the party as well. Firefly doing a lot of damage. No equips available here when Luna really needs it.
Oh, the casks!
Oh,
the casks.
Shackle as well. Doom and Batrider will fall. All of a sudden, Vitus.Pro with some momentum. Fly forced to retreat to the tower, and he's in big trouble.
Kill.
Connect with the net, and actually, the Naga does fall to Fly, underestimating the damage of that magic missile at level 4. Wow, Fly does survive. Now Hani going to join the party. But maybe too late. Perhaps they can chase down JOTM. Unfortunately, the bear getting creep blocked here. And there you go, using those phase boots. JOTM not out of the clear quite yet.
Hani's so far away. He actually was switching to range for him.
Yeah. A little bit too slow. Phase boots on the bear to chase down, but he's still just sitting on those brown booties. So Vitus.Pro find a couple of kills there, but they still have a long way to go before gaining a lot of momentum in this game. Gold lead now up to 5,000.
Yeah, that was without Hani for the fight too.
He did knock down that tier 1 tower. And they defended the tier 1 bottom, so that's another thing going the way of Fnatic.
And Trixie actually had Blink there, but he wasn't able to get a Blink lasso initiate. Looks like he might get one on G. He does need backup though. I don't think this gold can be a solo kill.
They'll go ahead and lasso him into the tower. Fly will port in. Magic missile. And now God is in big trouble. Flame break for good measure. Trixie the one to grab the last hit.
Ouch.
Ouch.
They need a mech on VP, I think. And it looks like the Windrunner is also going for a Force Staff for the mech, and I think Force Staff is nice. It's very important on Windrunner, but I think a mech is even more important.
Yeah, for this game in particular. Yeah. Oh, he's off the mark with the stun. That's where that little exchange will end, at least for now. No Tail wants to reinitiate a beautiful kinetic field, connect with Illidan and Arzart. He does throw down the static storm as well. Doom ultimate comes on Illidan, and he's in some big trouble. Witch Doctor uses the ult, it gets interrupted. They will secure the kill on Luna, but Doom will also fall. Trixie is rotated down to the bottom lane, and Hani is nearby. There's the Song of the Siren, as Naga has hit level 6. They secure these kills, and Tail on point. Firefly still goes off. No Tail taking heavy damage, and the Shackle, the cast flying around like crazy. Fnatic just trying to minimize their losses, and now grabs some counter kills as well. The Firefly just doing too much damage. Witch Doctor will burn to death. And God does connect with a Shackle onto the bear. Another nice impale. Buys them some time. know that they'll be able to pursue unless they get an entangle onto God. A lot of damage comes out, but the follow-up just isn't there. Hani will retreat. For Willie, Trixie, he reinitiates here. There's the swap from Fly. Magic Missile onto God. Do they have the follow-up damage though? Wave of Terror, 9 hit points. Lone Druid will finish him off. The Bear going deep into the tower. Another entangle out on Arzart. Here's the Eclipse coming from Luna, doing a fair bit of damage. Trixie caught inside the net. He will fall. It's a bloodbath down here in the bottom lane. Big rotations for both teams, but Illidan gets taken out now, as does NS, and it looks like Fnatic will come out the victors. Triple kill for Hani, and Vitus.Pro with their tower in trouble.
Yeah, Doom has also switched with Centaur because he was able to get that stun off during the kinetic field. Pretty sick. And Bad Rider still not able to find these lassos in the team fights, but at the same time, Hani's just able to clean up. 2,700 gold. Looks like he's going for a Maelstrom post phase boots, and he's just so much richer than this Luna. Both of the both of the farmers on Fnatic are 6,500 net worth on Hani, almost 6,000 on Doom, and Luna's just sitting at 3,300. She's less farmed than the Vengeful Spirit on the opposite.
That net worth chart is really scary, and now the team goal is up to about 10,000. Experience lacking a little bit, but Fnatic still with a huge amount of momentum in this game. Vitus.Pro feeling up against the ropes, and they'll have another 5-man rotation in this bottom lane. They want this tower.
That tower's one hit away from being denied.
At 15 hit points, they can just run up and finish it off before it gets denied. They better do it quick. There you go, Illidan. And he will grab himself a tower kill. So that's good news for Vitus.Pro, but
we
still.
see Bat Rider smoke top looking for a kill. Hani doesn't have his bear, another bear up, and his first bear is about to die. It's like 200 HP.
We'll see where Vitus.Pro go. This 5-man rotation. 3 members of Fnatic down bottom. They will try and defend this tower. Illidan in some trouble. Glimpsed back into a kinetic field. Static Storm. They'll take the Doom as well. That's a kill. Now No Tail taking some deep pressure. Witch Doctor ultimate comes out. Fluff will be able to back up to safety. No Tail won't be so lucky. Meanwhile, Era right in front lines takes an ensnare. Torture will prove effective as he does walk away. A lot of spacing created here up top. Hani is pressuring this tower hard. Bat Rider cuts the lane, and Fnatic will not only make it a 1-for-1 support for position 1 exchange, but also get another tower kill. Vitus.Pro are just getting picked apart here.
Dire's top tower.
Fnatic had the they were outnumbered in that fight too. 3-4, but VP, they didn't have their ultimate up on Nagas, and I think that would have been a lot different for that fight. But they're just concentrating so much on this Luna because she's the only important hero on VP that they need to keep down. Wind Ranger is just dying on the side in a lot of the team fights, and the other 3 just aren't farm relevant in any terms at all. Except Nyx almost has his Blink Dagger, just 400 gold away, and VP is doing the right
structures.
They're gathering as 5, they're pressuring Fnatic hard, making them react to their pushes.
Yeah, they're getting into that kind of panic mode now where they have to. They don't have any other options. They know they can't just sit back and play that greedy game. Doom with the Midas as well as Devour. He's already way ahead on the net worth. They know that they can at least assume that Hani is farming reasonably well. He's knocked down
casual Gloves of Haste into a relic.
Is that what he did?
I think he was like, I'm going to go Maelstrom, I'm not farming well. And he's like, wait, I got a trip kill, Radiance time.
I think I can afford a Radiance this game,
He's
although
dead.
Hani could be in some trouble here. He does have a TP scroll, Invisible Windrunner. Arzart will connect to the Vendetta. Wow, it is a 5-man train for just Hani. He must feel a little flattered right now. Could have been worse though, at least he bought the relic before he died. So, not too bad, but it will be a dominating streak ended by Luna.
He only lost like 100 gold, no bigs.
More the gold going the way of Luna. Small pick-me-up.
And experience.
Yeah, experience.
He's very high level. Level 11, highest level in the game besides for Trixie.
Wow, that level chart is almost scarier than the net worth. That's a lot of green floating towards the top.
They're both 10,000 in favor of Fnatic.
Yeah. Well, some items getting picked up here. Arcane on Naga. The Blink is now up on Nyx Assassin, who's also close to dinging level 11. Level 2 Vendetta is always something to be wary about, though Fnatic will try and make a hold of this tower. Made any other item pickups themselves. Doom went for the Vlads. They'll initiate onto Illidan. Again, glimpse into Kinetic Field, Static Storm. Doom with the ultimate, but Naga gets the reset with the Song of the Siren. Fnatic will still try to pursue. Trixie Blink Wall with Lasso onto Illidan. So many ultimates used to shut down the Luna, but they will be successful. Vitus.Pro in full retreat mode. Era in the front lines. Looking for some way to set up a kill. Another glimpse back. Oh, wow. No Tail with this Disruptor. He has set up so many kills with Glimpse Kinetic Field.
Glimpse OP.
Seriously.
This poor Luna, though. lassoed.
So much love.
Static Storm and Doom. And the thing is, VP can't even punish them for it.
Yeah.
Because Windrunner she's nice and all, but without the Luna, they have no feed.
Yep. It's true. I mean, they're just in big trouble across the board, and this is really where Disruptor shines. I mean, Glimpse is useful even when you're up against the ropes. You can send people back when they poured in, all that good stuff, but when they're trying to retreat, it's so easy to set up those kills. When you can glimpse one back, completely isolate them from the rest of the team, they're just easy kills.
Yep, turns a 1 for 0 into a 2 for 0 easily and often.
Yeah. So Hani very close to his Radiance now, just trying to farm up that recipe. Trixie actually needs to be a little careful here. He will be a little bit greedy in the Dire jungle. 3 members of the Dire up top, and Arzard with the Vendetta will initiate. Procs the stun as he walks into the Firefly. Very nice. Done. Trixie will get punished for that greed, and he throws Vitus.Pro a little bit of a bone.
And they will get a tower for it too. And they don't have any sentries to look around for the Nyx, but it's not like he has been that active. I think they do need to start
The Radiant
preparing for AA's ganks though, just because they're really far ahead right now, but it's not unthrowable. And once a Radiance comes out for Lone Druid, and they can still get some really good setups with Naga Siren Ultimate and team fights.
Yeah, they still have a scary team that can do a lot of damage. Woodjocker's ult is not something to be underestimated. And again, Illidan flips back into Static Storm and Doom. It's like deja vu, except this time they don't have the Song of the Siren to get the reset. Now another swap used on the God. He will be able to force staff to the other side of the cliff. He'll survive for now. The Death Ward comes out doing a lot of damage to Fly. They just secure that kill. They make it a 1-for-1 for now, but now JOTM's in some trouble. NS will reinitiate. The Bear now joining the party. He doesn't have the Radiance up quite yet, but still hitting rather hard. And Snare comes out on the Spirit Bear of all units. Looking for an interrupt, and they don't have it. Actually, a nice ensnare. And there's a lasso onto Arzard. He'll pull him over the cliff. Little ravine there, and oh god, even an entangle, adding insult to injury. Well, they picked up the Wind Ranger too off to the side while that fight was breaking out. Huge exchange for Fnatic. That was a 1-for-4, a 2-for-4 if you want to count the Bat Rider falling before the fight starts.
Luna has to stay out of the fight until something happens. I mean, I guess she can't really do so because they don't have enough damage on the tower, but the way the fight's been going, she's just been dying with not really anything happening in return. They exchanged a couple of ultimates, but at the same time, they can't just like walk into the statics on the kinetic field. So yeah. I think they should just protect it a little bit better, maybe bait out G for it instead. I don't know, because they're not going to really lasso any of the other targets if Luna's there. So I don't know. It's a tough life for Illidan.
It really is.
Even if he gets BKB, he can BKB the Glimpse and then still Glimpse is up again.
Yeah, and still you got Lasso, Doom, so many tools that cut through BKB here. A great team to deal with Luna. She will go ahead and start playing with the Ancients here. I was going to say stacking the Ancients, but not even doing that. Just too weak to straight tank them, so she's forced to do this kind of back and
4
forth.
and 9. She's died 9 times in 20 minutes.
Yeah, they've done a really good job just shutting that hero down. And we saw how disastrous the tri-lane was for Vitus.Pro. Hani does now have a gem as well as his Radiance up, so he'll be scouting around with that Bear, pushing out lanes. A Force Staff up on Bat Rider, No Tail. He's got a casual Ogre Club for now, probably working towards an Ags if the game allows. Doom White Drum of Endurance as well as Vlad's now either moving into a Shiva's or AC. I'm going to guess it's a Shiva's actually, but does have that plate mail up. And Fly working on the mech as the headdress and the buckler. What's on the courier? That's the mech recipe. So mech will be coming out for Fnatic in just a couple of months.
They have so many auras. They have what Doom has. He doesn't have the crit aura. He does have the swiftness aura though from the Centaur. He has Vlad's. They have drums. They have Vengeful, Spirit, damage aura, and they have the mech. So it's not only Hani that does a lot of damage because Doom will do a lot of items to pump up his whole entire team.
And like you mentioned before, Wind Ranger did go for a Force Staff first, and now she's actually hanging on to a Mithril Hammer, which is rather interesting. I guess it'll be a BKB, but that doesn't really make a lot of sense here for the Wind Ranger. I think a mech would be so much more valuable.
They need a mech. They needed a mech 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. I mean, is there a chance maybe God is going for like a Desolator here just to get some extra damage in? I guess it's possible.
I think he'll still die.
Yeah.
I think Desolator is worse than BKB at this point, but neither of them are good.
Yeah. An odd choice for sure. It looks like we could see a team fight break out here. Vitus.Pro are spread out around the map, and Fnatic are just camping outside the Roche pit. They know Luna's up here. They will move up to the high ground. The Bear doing a ton of damage. The wave of terror forward. Trixie blinks. Easy lasso kill, and Luna will die for the 10th time this game in only 21 minutes. Now with Luna dead, Fnatic will feel very comfortable moving into the Roche pit, and they'll start chipping away.
Oh, they found AA.
But, oh no, Spike Carrot is already on. It won't proc the stun. Trixie might not find him as AA blinks back to the other side of the ravine, and Trixie will blink defensively. So he will back off, but still getting zoned out, buying time for Roche to fall, and Fnatic will be able to do it very quickly. That minus armor helping out quite a bit. Easy Roshan, Aegis of the Immortal will go to the Lone Druid. Yes, indeed.
Done the deed.
I don't want to count Vitus.Pro out, Merlini, but I'm not sure what they can do to turn this one around at this point.
We need to farm BKB on Luna. That is the very first step to recovery.
I mean, looking at net worth, right now Luna is half of Doom and half Lone Druid.
She's still out-farmed by the Venge.
Yeah, and out-farmed by the Venge.
She needs BKB. That's step number one. Step number two is they have to have really great Naga Siren initiates because they don't have any BKBs on the Radiant side. So potentially they can drop like a big, like Impale into Cask, into Maladin, into that Ward with an Eclipse and the Shackle to follow up. That's not bad at all. But they can't actually get to that point. Also, they need a mech.
Oh, Trixie blinks forward. He uses the lasso onto Arzard. Out comes the kinetic field. They'll finish off that Nyx assassin as the tier 2 in mid lane falls. There are heroes on Vitus.Pro pushing out the side lanes. God in the bottom, and JOTM pushing at the top. But they'll be forced to come back. Illidan gets engaged on Magic Missile, makes it an easy kill. That's number 11 for Luna.
He owes another glimpse.
Yep, Mech comes out and glimpse, but this should be racks for Fnatic. Nice Shackle does connect with Era. It will latch on a creep. Fly with the Nether Swap. Nice Force Staff from God will buy him some time, but JOTM, yeah, he gets a cask off, uses the curse. There's the Naga reset.
Dire's mid-rags ain't doing so hot.
Me, guys.
He's like, see you losers. I'm just going to focus the racks, and yeah, now Fnatic will wake up from their little nap. The sub bar is complete, they're rejuvenated, and they will be rewarded with a mid lane of racks. Tier 2 stand in the other lane, so they won't be able to easily just rotate the top or bottom and finish off another lane of racks with this push, but the damage has been done. They will retreat.
This game is pretty much over at this point.
I think Doom has a Shiva's coming out. Yes, he does.
VP just can't let their tri-lane get manhandled like that. It got like obliterated. It was like 5-for-1 at the start, I think. They only killed the Disruptor.
The first fight was a 3-for-1 exchange, which is bad, and then the fight after that was a 3-for-nil. So it doesn't really get much worse than that. The context of tri-lane. Batrider will initiate on the JOTM, and Witch Doctor falls. Luna also got caught by an Entangle. He'll get picked off. Coming around the backside, there's Arzard. He gets pinged out. Will they be able to converge on him, though? Batrider blinks to the high ground, and Arzard will blink back to safety. Well, he'll survive for now. Some fancy footwork, trying to buy some time. Luna is just too underfarmed, though. Luna is a hero that needs space early on. She needs a little bit of early momentum. Very squishy in the laning phase. And at this point, there's just no way she can recover. She's just too far behind, bro.
She's out-leveled by everybody on Fnatic.
Yeah,
every single person.
She's the lowest level in the game, on par with the support Naga Siren.
Disruptor might get his Scepter before she gets his BKB. She gets her BKB.
That just shouldn't happen.
Yeah, their tri-lane just went too poorly. Wind Ranger is nice in mid, but she can't actually do that much versus Lone Druid. If you're trading farm, I think Lone Druid comes out on top because he can also just push down your tower so fast after they win a team fight. And if she goes to gank like she had to do because their tri-lane failed so badly, then your tower is going to fall inevitably. Also, their safe lane was a disaster too. VPs. AA died twice solo to a Batrider. Right.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. The only lane they had going for him was the Wind Ranger mid, which was a break even against Lone Druid, which still isn't even really a victory because Lone Druid is obviously going to scale better with farm than the Wind Ranger.
If they had a mech, it'd be different. Yeah. If you rush the mech, then they're early team fight disasters. They're like, oh, okay, well, we can probably heal you up from the glimpse into the Doom.
He ended up going Maelstrom of all items. That was, I consider that a change. Really don't get laughed at the once again, see you later. Maelstrom on Wind Ranger is a bit strange. I guess Vitus.Pro feeling like they're lacking damage, so
screw you, Illidan. You're not doing the deeps. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only way I can reason it. Still, that was just so good. Especially based on the aggression of this game, 33-13 in 25 minutes. This is a mech game if I've ever seen it.
GG comes out.
There it is. And that takes out a moment too soon. Yeah, well played. Fnatic looking good.
Yes, and Honey was pretty good. He had pretty good falls. He cleaned up the fights. He pushed out his tower. He did what you want to run to do.
Not too shabby. Played passive. It was sort of humorous seeing the casual gloves of haste into Radiance, but such is the life of a lone druid when you get basically 3 back-to-back tower kills.
I think that the tri-lane was the really big standout for me from Fnatic, though. Although everyone played well, their tri-lane played exceptionally well, and their